Hi everyone, it's me, Jacob Adams. I'm here with
Christopher Garcia.
And so today is the end of coronavirus lockdown, where at least, a big part has opened up in Texas. And we just wanted to get on here, hang out, relax, talk, just be human really in front of the camera, right?
Well, yeah, I think that could be something we could do. As you were saying in another video that we had, the gyms opened up today, pools opened up today. That doesn't mean we want to stay safe. Because the coronavirus is over? I don't believe so.
So that's kind of like the debate that is going on in the world right now. Is the coronavirus hyped up? Okay, so I think my best interpretation of it is this. When it was first popping off in the news, March 11th through the 17th, in other words, those days where it was like, oh shit, it's coming. I remember being freaked out. I remember like, I don't know if I should shake this person's hand. I don't know what's going on.
You didn't want to get. I didn't want to get out of my room. I was living in a hotel. I didn't want to step out.
I remember you thought it was bullshit all the way up until April something.
Until no. April. Before entering April, I already knew. So March when I took the serious. Yeah, March when you said that shit hit.
Well, I remember calling you and you were like, yeah.
So it was before March. Because by March I was already like, oh, it's getting. Remember I told like April.
So are you trying to say that you were an example for others to follow of how to act when you heard about it? Or did you?
No, I didn't.
Or were you? Isn't it more clear that you were kind of a little bit more doubter? Fuck it, nothing's gonna happen. What's more true?
I kind of doubted it. I mean, when you first hear something, you kind of gotta really hear it like firm and repetitively, because in a way, I didn't take it serious till I kept, before you knew it, it wasn't just the people talking about it or the news, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was literally the topic that could not leave anybody's mouth. Like, you went to talk to somebody and that topic either came up or was already being talked about. So then I kind of started noticing like, okay, this is really expanding. Like, there's nobody I can talk to without them bringing the coronavirus up. People started wearing masks, and that's that. When I saw people wearing masks, I knew, hey, like, this is top notch. We gotta take care of it.
The concern when it was real for me was when they, just like it's real that it's kind of over, is they're opening up the gyms, and it was real for me when they were closing them down. It was like, oh shit, just got real, because now they're closing down the world. And then by March 20th, everything was closed, and all you could do was go to the grocery store and go to your house. That's it. There was nothing else available.
Yeah, because I remember hearing this. I know that it was in March. I remember hearing them say, and I remember I go, oh my gosh, that's literally a month from now. They're like, it's gonna last from March, I don't know what, minimum till April 22nd. I heard that's when it was supposed to actually already be chill, but it still kind of wasn't,
April 30th, the first day they were like, okay, when they shut down the gym, they're like April 4th, we're gonna try to open April 4th, and then May 31st came, and they go April 30th.
April 30th, yeah.
And then
I had heard April 22nd, but I mean,
well, Trump said the April 30th, that was a thing. If you were keeping up with the news.
Well, yeah, I saw it every day, bro.
April 30th. I was for 2 to 3 weeks watching it, but then after a while I was like, yeah, okay, it's over. Like, it's too much.
It's because the thing is supposedly, right? This is what I got told. This is now people just talk, right? I don't know how true that is. It's not that it's so mortal, like, oh, you're gonna die, you get it. Like, you can get it, bro. No, you're gonna die, but of course, for those people that are more weak and don't have that strong immune system, they might actually be in the consequences of death. So people did die on it, right?
A lot of people died. There was
it's because it's so contagious.
I actually saw look, Little Richie died. He died yesterday. He's the guy's he's a pianist. He was a rock and roll guy.
Okay.
A lot of famous people died, bro. Famous writers, authors.
That's what they took. I mean, I'm pretty sure that kind of at least helped the awareness, but it was also very depressing to hear about those certain individuals passing.
So, and my mom says that if people in Mexico, like they're just putting the people out on the streets and shit that are dead. The people that are dead, like they put them out on the streets.
Yeah, well, then again, in Mexico, that's been always kind of the situation.
Well, but that's crazy, dude.
Yeah, I mean, there's like, I didn't know, right? My uncle told me there's literally spots. There's a spot that's known where like,
yeah.
No, like it's not like they're like, oh, Mexico knows it's not a secret. Like,
do you feel comfortable talking about the story you told me about, the one that you got in trouble with some people, or you want to not talk about that one?
No, it's just more like, it's stuff that as you grow up, you start realizing like, hey, the world isn't just rainbow and flowers. There is some. You gotta see it through a different lens, through a different viewpoint. Because if you have this, you're living this mentality, it can affect your life. I'm kind of happy now. I have this knowledge, and I'm able to live with that knowledge and grow with it and expand myself, because I no longer know I will ever be that easy to be manipulated in any type of way or form or shit.
But are you cool to talk about the story or not really?
I'd rather not, only because, I wouldn't want to, I don't like to put nobody on blast, and I know during the story at some point people will be put on blast, and I'm not wanting to do that, it's just my style.
Okay. Nothing.
I like to keep it, I mean, it's already fair enough what's going on.
Yeah.
I think the lesson was learned from both parties.
Yeah. What was?
I would imagine. What
was the hardest part of the last 2 months? Let's see, because we're pretty much at exactly 2 months since the lockdown, May 18th. 2 months almost to the day. So what was?
I think it was just the distancing from the family, really.
Yeah.
And I mean that's probably the hardest. It wasn't so much like for me like I was worried about getting it.
What do you mean distant from the family? Like, what exactly does that mean?
I didn't see my mother for almost 2 months.
For real?
Yeah, we would just talk or FaceTime for 2 months almost. And then, I'm not a lot. I like to spend time with my mom. We would go, always have our coffee whenever we had a chance. And now it's like 2 full months. It was literally social distance.
Yeah. It was, it kind of, do you think it played with your brain or your mind a little bit?
Do you think it played with yours?
Yeah.
In what way?
Just like
negative or positive though?
There was some positive stuff that came.
So for sure we got negativity there.
Yeah, there was some negative feelings, like isolation, like loneliness, like stuff that is like you don't want to feel every day. You know what I mean?
But you have roommates. You at least had like some type of, life form,
Yeah, but I don't really talk to those people.
Okay, well, yeah, I mean, I'll see right later on how this is. But what I'm trying to say is, okay, you don't talk to those people, but you still have, it's kind of, how do I say it? Like, okay, I guess because I was in the hotel, it was literally like, if I didn't step out of my room, it was just me. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's how it was for you, but
yeah, so you
still hear people walk like me. Those days I would maybe hear a voice or two, and that was my whole day. I was in a room isolated.
So you were definitely more isolated.
Oh yeah. That's what I told you. Like, isolation can be terrible, but if you can learn to kind of control it, you will. I think it made me a way more patient, understanding person. Because they really played with my, I mean, there was times that I was like, anxiety.
Yeah.
But I had to learn me, myself, no medication, nothing. Me, myself as a person. I did exercises in my room. I did exactly what they say, stay at home, sanitize, made sure I was always, I guess you can say, kept my hygiene good. Even though I was isolated, I was like, I wasn't gonna smell good. No, I wanted to stay for myself, healthy and good. Even though I was isolated from everybody, I wanted to, feel good about myself. And not just let myself wreck. I mean, right? I would imagine that should be the right.
Yeah, there were some days I skipped working out. Like, it was like, there was no excuse. It was like, you know what? I don't have enough tools. Like, I wasn't feeling it those days.
Yeah, that's probably, I think I can relate to that. But yeah, I think I had like a couple of days where there was really nothing like for me to be like, don't work out.
Yeah.
But I still didn't do it.
yeah. It was. I think it was just the morale. The morale was dropping a little bit towards the end for sure. Like I felt everybody was like, man, fuck this guy. We got to get out soon, bro. Like it didn't feel. It was basically we were doing like house arrest kind of.
Yeah. They were saying, what's that Mexican dude that had to isolate himself for a long time? The guy that built the tunnel.
Oh, El Chapo.
Yeah, they were saying they're like, and we thought we had it, bad. El Chapo was even more isolated than us, bro. For a long
He was.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what they told me. I don't know. Like
You think he was under the tunnels? No, he wasn't there all that time.
He definitely was somewhere, by himself. He couldn't have many people, bro. You know what I mean? Like, he was a big time deal type of guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you become that, intense, I'm pretty sure your circle, I would imagine you'd have to keep it really, really compact.
No, but he did interviews with Sean Penn and stuff, and he was like out and about. Like when they caught him, he was living life. Like he was fine.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't keep up that much with him. I just go
maybe originally when they first escaped, he probably did for a little bit be on the down low, but eventually he got back out, and that's how they caught him.
Yeah, he was about
like he did an interview for Rolling Stone, bro. Like why are you gonna do an interview for Rolling Stone? Like if you really didn't want to get caught, like why?
He did that. He did all that. Like everything I'm saying about him, I heard from other people.
No, man, he made an interview. You can look it up.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
No, I don't know he went that hardcore, but yeah, I mean, if he did an interview. If that is true right there, then that right there, I mean, he just didn't care after a while. I mean, I would imagine, yeah, like, I mean, if I'm doing an interview and I'm trying to hide, those all kind of go together.
Yeah.
Definitely don't.
So getting out of quarantine, what are some of your, like, goals or, like, what was because, like, during this quarantine, I was, like, really looking for a deeper purpose. Because it's like the gym was a big part of training people, going to the gym, and it's like, okay, that's no more. And so it was like, so then what? So I felt a little bit of lack of purpose a little bit with this. I was like, damn, I'm kind of stuck here. And I don't like to binge out and eat. Like I was eating, but I wasn't like, I ordered one pizza the whole time. And I ate it and I felt like shit. And I was like, fuck this. I started eating less actually because...
See, that's where we're very different. I was actually eating a lot more.
Yeah.
I don't know how, but I was literally. I mean, I would get Panda Express, Whataburger.
Maybe is it because you enjoy having fun with food?
I know.
Like it's comforting. It's comforting to get delicious, flavorful.
I don't want to say I was being a glutton or doing glutton, right? But I'm saying like.
You don't. But I'll say it for you if you want.
No. What I'm trying to say is like.
I mean, I'm happy to accuse you of that.
My body. That's fine. I know you'd be able to accuse me, but my body. I mean, if that's being glutton, I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to be confused because if my stomach's just ate a pizza, but 2 hours later, it's telling me and it's in pain. Am I not supposed to act on it? I'm supposed to let it hurt? Because I don't think that's a good thing.
No.
So I'm pretty sure that was regular hunger. Just I do have a fast metabolism, you know what I'm saying? The doctor has told me I have a good metabolism.
Yeah,
down for that.
That's positive.
That's very positive. No, I mean, I don't know. I mean, you're a bigger dude.
Yeah.
I mean, were your portions big when you ate them?
No. Believe it or not, like I would say my portions are pretty good. They're not big nor small.
Okay, but like in the quarantine, did they grow or did you feel them kind of?
I eat like 2 to 3 times a day, pretty good sized meals.
Okay, so we're kind of the same on that.
Yeah, I don't go.
I would say probably. You probably ate more in, I ate more out.
Like, okay, today all I've had is one, for real, straight up. I've had those bars that I got, those right there, those little purple ones. I've had basically 2 of those. I'll even say 3 because it's another kind, but 3 of those. 1 protein shake with half a banana.
Okay.
And then 5 eggs, 1 sausage, and some beans.
I actually that's good. That's actually not bad.
No,
I think that might even be.
And I worked out like a beast. Like I was.
You worked out like a beast. Well,
oh, you know what? Everybody says that. I'm gonna go ahead and say I worked out very calculated and methodical and accurate.
Okay, we want to get like.
Well, because I would
want to show the education level we can go there.
Well, I didn't want the viewer to say, "Oh, another beast."
Another beast. You know, and that's what I love. I didn't even realize it. You know, when I was younger, I would say beast a lot. So you know, I remember one of my workers. She was a trainer, and I was Fitness Director. She was my ex-girlfriend, and she goes, "Oh, my family remembers you." You know, because apparently I guess she's, I don't know if she dated other Chris's or not, but you know, they were like, Chris?
Which girlfriend?
Oh, I guess I won't put no names out there, but I almost did. But she's very beautiful. She worked with me. She's a trainer. She knows her stuff very well. She literally told me they remember me when they went, "Oh, are you talking about Beast?" And that's kind of hype it made me like feel good. It heightened my feelings to like, you know, it hyped me up.
Yeah.
You know, to get like, I was like, hey, well, you know, they already had an image of me. Let's go hard. You know, I mean, in that aspect it worked. But I know what you mean by like, okay, now another guy saying beast. You know, but I mean, it's like, you know, everybody has a way. I'll say beast. I don't care. Right now, I had a beast workout myself.
Yeah, and
I could easily say that, you know, the cool words you want to say, but you know, I think we can just go with beast. I like beast.
Okay.
I think it's those three that you said in one equals beast, because you're being disciplined, you're being accurate with the results you want to get, and you're getting them. That is.
Oh yeah.
Correct.
You know how I know? Because I saw a video of me before quarantine, and I was starting to look. Like my face looked muscular, lean, tight, and I was like, "Oh, dude, I was in badass little shape getting it." And then out of quarantine, I'm like a little softer, like, you know, just a little bit more.
Like plumpy or what?
Plumpy, yeah, just a little bit plumpy.
So you feel like you gained weight on quarantine then?
Well, you know what it is, dude, is that my metabolism went down. Naturally, if I'm not doing as much weight training.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like duh. Like, of course. So my muscle went down.
But did you have metabolism to begin with?
No, my metabolism is like a moderate. It's not like fast.
No, yeah. See, like there's, you know, hey, moderate is good still. I mean, I've heard some stories where it's like, wow, like, it's just, I don't know, like, you know, I heard people, they say I go to the restroom once a month to do the, you know, yeah. I didn't believe that person.
No, like about.
She told me that
about once a month.
Once, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
maybe she was just trying to sound like not.
She's like, I know it's weird because I don't like it, and I haven't asked.
Bro,
like,
if she's gonna either be like big like this and it's all trapped in there, or if she's little, there's no way.
You knew her. Yeah, it was. Let's just. I won't be ironic here, so you don't say her name out of courtesy, but she was your best friend. I think we know who.
My best friend?
Like, I'm being sarcastic with that by saying the opposite. So you kind of.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Of course she would say that.
Oh, I love you. Oh, I'm like, bro, I want to do a later reaction out of this. I don't know. I already know you got the name. Like, oh, that. Oh, her. Yeah. Oh yeah, she would. She would. It's her. Yeah, I didn't believe her.
You know what I mean?
I didn't believe her.
I mean,
but, you know,
what is it called?
I told her. I mean, probably.
We're gonna call it digestion, so we're not gonna get gross.
Yeah, digestion. But I mean,
first thing in the morning.
When did you get cancer?
I'm regular. Like first thing in the morning.
Like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. First thing in the morning, or if I eat a meal, I want to go right away. Like almost like my stomach makes space. You know what I mean? So.
Very similar.
Yeah.
I eat. I want to go right away. Sometimes, not all the time. Sometimes I'll be like an hour afterwards, you know. But I mean, it's just regular. That's normal, you know.
Yeah. So wanted to make a video, get on here, and just like, almost like start the game again. Like I feel like in many ways, I went into a cave with this quarantine. Like I was in a.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I felt like I was in a cave. And this is the first.
I'm actually gonna agree with you on that 100%.
And this is.
I felt cave. Like I felt like I was a caveman.
Yeah, and this camera was in the room, but it's like, it felt like.
I was wondering. Like,
it was. You know what?
I expected more videos from you in the quarantine.
Well, the thing is, dude, like I felt like, look, I was going to sleep at 5 or 6 in the morning, sometimes 7, and I'd wake up at 2, and I felt like my self-esteem kind of took a hit on that. Like, oh man, like, and then I would just get into working out or eating or watching TV, and there wasn't like I felt like I was a lot of like trying to learn, well, what's going on with the world, like. You know, I didn't have as much to say because I was in a position of consuming. Like, okay, what's going on with the news, or what's going on here, or let me get entertained, or let me watch this to kind of chill out, or you know, I didn't feel like.
Look, it's
I didn't feel like as much of ambition or something. Like
exactly.
To say like, oh, I was just as ambitious. It's like, dude, you're in your room.
Exactly. I mean. Literally, I think if I didn't do my exercises inside of my room, I really wouldn't know what other way to release all that energy. Because I was so caged up in a hotel room, and once they closed the lobby to socialize, literally nobody came out of the room. So you were now literally bound to yourself in your room. Like you're just by yourself, you don't talk to nobody.
Oh, how was the hotels during that time?
Well, that's what I'm saying, like you're isolated. Like I lived there for 2 months.
So it was,
and I can tell you, it because isolated to the point that like people that you knew that would like shake your hand and talk to you for a while, they just, you know, they'll be like, like amos, you know, like they literally would do the whole thing, even though before they would handshake you, you know, I was like, oh man, people are taking precaution. That was good, but at the same time, I feel so isolated. I can say I was a little bit maybe depressed once that.